Hey, thank you for joining me. Session 5 of Glitchy People Change the World. Today we're going to go over Module 3, Be Specific and Be General. If you could travel back in time, say in a time machine, to see one event, which would you choose? This is an actual photograph of a time machine. Would you choose to see the dinosaurs going extinct, Gutenberg printing his first book, the Berlin Wall falling? Here's my scenario choice. January 16th, 1938, Carnegie Hall, New York, Benny Goodman's band. On that evening, jazz music became legit. For many years, proper people considered jazz to be vulgar. Some European countries tried to ban it. Despite the alarm, jazz gradually gained acceptance. But Goodman's performance is what solidified the shift. I think this was a huge sociological shift. Now people in all social classes enjoy popular music. Some people believe Goodman started the swing era, but he started out simply as a kid playing the clarinet. Goodman was the son of Polish Jewish immigrants fleeing Russia. His poor parents sacrificed to provide musical training, and Goodman focused on the clarinet for years. He became an excellent musician before he could lead musicians. Gradually, Goodman's leadership skills and business expertise increased. Then he generalized and became a band leader. Then he changed the world. He also broke the color barrier, racially integrating his bands. Goodman's story is here to bring up a question. To be more creative, should you focus in your domain, going deeper, more focused, or should you be a generalist? So there's the choice, go focus and go more deep, or generalize and go broad. My experience says you should both generalize and specialize. I have a theory. I believe you should start specific, then go general, then switch back and forth. Have you ever heard Carlos Santana play the drums? Probably not. He didn't try to excel at the drums, although he actually did marry a drummer. From age 8, he focused on the guitar on 6 strings. Then he changed the way we think about the guitar. You can't invent an iconic new guitar riff if you're not familiar with iconic riffs. In my opinion, start with Smoke on the Water, Iron Man, Sweet Child of Mine, Smells Like Teen Spirit, and Satisfaction. Your opinion may vary as to what are historically the most iconic riffs. Creative solutions are usually developed by an expert in a field, but those experts also integrate some knowledge from other fields. Peter Drucker, the management guru, said innovation usually comes through borrowing from other fields. Want big innovations? Then converge knowledge types. Do you want to develop a wheat strain to end famines? You need to integrate farming techniques and practices, seasonality, etc., with bioengineering. To develop a smartphone, you're required to have a cell phone and geolocation technology and technology from the personal computer. If you combine Christian piety and pagan practices, you get the rich, awesome Christmas traditions that we have. You combine chemistry, physics, and the momentum of the green movement that developed the solar energy industry. Uh, Observing the shape of the bird wing, combining that with rocket science and traditions from and practices of the cruise ship industry, that gave us the airline industry. We could think of convergence examples all day, but can you actually implement this? Can you do it for your project? Neuroscientists are now becoming more interested in creativity. They tell us that creativity involves pulling memories from our brains. We use those memories as material for creating something needed in the current situation. So you have this broad knowledge, and that comes from the large database of ideas. And there's various research pieces available on that. Steve Jobs, though, said, creativity is just connecting things. When you ask creative people how they did something, they feel a little guilty because they didn't really do it. They just saw something. It seemed obvious to them after a while. That's because they were able to connect experiences they've had and synthesize new things. And the reason they were able to do that was that they've had more experiences, or they have thought more about their experiences than other people. Many people don't have enough dots to connect, and they end up with very linear solutions without a broad perspective on the problem. The broader one's understanding of the human experience, the better design we will have. Could someone develop a new cure for cancer without researching what has already been tried? Probably not. A cure for cancer might require combining existing research and knowledge from various fields. I've always wanted to write a fiction bestseller, but I rarely read fiction, so I don't try writing any. This is what I recommend. If you want to reach creative excellence, focus on one thing, become excellent at that thing. Then expose yourself to as many different fields as possible. Gather more material into your brain. And that's what I recommend. And I ask that you join me back here again tomorrow for our next module.